And students, welcome to Lesson 8, Day 5. This is the ear training component, but this time we're going to do something a little bit different. In the past, in our ear training, what we've been doing is first just figuring out the melody, and that's pretty much it. You would just write the melody on those little blanks, kind of like Hangman, and then next week you would check back and see if you got the right notes. Well now, as you can see in your study guide, I've written out the song in actual music notation. However, you have to fill in the chord symbols as in fake book style. So the first thing you want to do is go over the melody, make sure you got all the right notes. Let me play them for you. I'm going to go line by line. You should have G, G, A, F sharp, G, A. That's the first line. I know in your last lesson you probably just wrote these down on little blanks, and you should see these notes actually written out in rhythm in traditional music format. Here's the next line. B, B, C, B, A, G. Next line. A, G, F sharp, G. Now going to the high D for the next line. This is the D we've been having when we've been playing songs in the G position. D, 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 C, B. Next line. C, 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 B, A. Next line. B, C, B, A, G, B. C, D goes to the high E. This is a note we had in Deck the Halls. E skips down to C, then B, A, G. Okay, let me give you a few hints for this song. First of all, I'm going to tell you all the chords that you're going to need to know. You've already had 3 of them. Don't forget, in Deck the Halls, you've had the G chord, G, B, D. You had the D chord, but you would know this now has D slash F sharp, A, D. Don't forget why that is. It's a D major chord, but he puts F sharp on the bottom. And I have this all in your assignments. I have the different chords written out. Okay, so we've got the G chord, the D slash F sharp, which is F sharp, A, and D. Other chord is the C chord, but you want G on the bass, so G, C, and E. And the final chord, we're going to do an A minor chord, A, C, and E. Okay? I'm going to play this song with the chords, and your assignment this week is to figure out which chords go with what. You have a line showing you where you should put the chords in the assignment. So you want to play through this song in the right hand, try out these 4 chords, and think about which one it actually sounds like. In the first part, there's 2 chords. Here's the beginning. First chord one more time with the melody. Here's a hint, by the way. In the melody, I'm playing G, G, and A. So you need to think what chord is going to sound good with a G. Okay, that's all the hint I'm going to give you. Here's the next chord. This is the next blank. One more time. Okay, remember only 4 chords to choose from. The G, the D slash F sharp, the A minor, which is A, C, E, and the G, C, E. Okay, here's the next part. Next chord. Now I could have stayed on the same chord, or I could have changed chords. Okay, next part. Next chord. Next chord. Sometimes you hold a chord down and play a bunch of different notes, but sometimes you have to change chords on every note. Those last 4 chords are a good example of that. Let me do those last 4. Listen, is it major or minor? Major or minor, which one? Different chord? Back to the one we had a second ago. Okay, let's look at the second half of the song. Notice we did a fast chord change there. Next part. Next part. Next to last chord. Final chord. Okay? Now, for the benefit of you, what we're going to do is I'm going to go real slow this time. I'm going to play it super slow. So hopefully you've gone back and listened to what we've just done. Maybe you've got some ideas. Remember, you don't have to write out the whole chord. You just write out the chord symbol. So if you think it's a G chord, just write the letter G. Don't write GBD in that line. Okay, I'm going to play the whole song real slow. Maybe you can play along and see which chords you got right, which chords you got wrong. And next week we'll have the answers. Here we go. Second half. Okay, this concludes my Country 'Tis of Thee. You will get the answers next week.